Now this is always the oddest part of the live stream because this is where I don't know if I'm actually on until I get the notification. But I should be. I think we got this down to a science about like now. And I got my Ulanzi light here, so it's kind of, here we go. We are, hey, we're live. I should just stop doubting it. Hi, everybody. MJ here. Stop doubting it. Hi, everybody. MJ here. Let me turn this down. I'm gonna, freeze the video. Yeah, lychee. Apple or peach. Lychee is a fruit in Asia. And I have some Japanese drinks. They're in Japanese, but they do have some of the nomenclature in Chinese. These are all between, they're slightly alcoholic. They're between 3 and 5% alcohol, and they're generally between 2 and 5% fruit juice. Who knows what else is in them, but this is lychee, or we say lychee in Chinese. This is apple, pingguo in Chinese, and this is, by Taoguo. So this is, white peach. I have my LED glass, and I'm not sure how charged up it is. You know, I used it a while back, and batteries may be kind of dead. I'm in the park behind the High Life. It's been raining since like Sunday night. When I left the house, my weather station said that we had 4 millimeters of rain today, but we had like about, here's a big mosquito. Gosh, I hate those. Mosquitoes are out this time of year. They're terrible. And we do have dengue fever. Hey, Ken, fist bump to you. We do have dengue fever here, too. But fortunately not in this area, but that doesn't mean it can't have an outbreak. Anyway, I just don't want to get dengue fever or Japanese encephalitis, I think it's called. Anyway, but that being said, we're out here in the park. It's been raining since Sunday night, Monday, and yesterday. Gosh, I forget how many we got. We got a lot, like 50 or so millimeters. That new weather station that I got is doing amazing things. It's really a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it immensely. So, you need the rain there. Well, that's cool. Hey, Matthew, good to see you. I have an ultra low latency, so we should be really good. This is almost approaching periscope latency, which reminds me, I've been wanting to talk about that for a minute. So welcome everyone to Taiwan. You saw in the thumbnail, I've got the 3 drinks, and I'm gonna let you guys choose. Lychee. Oh, actually, this is lychee. Probably can't see them anyway. Apple and white peach. So you can select which one I drink first. And don't have to drink them all, but generally what I do is I'll pour them in this glass and drink them one at a time. But I can open them all and just sample them if you guys want. It's up to you. Talking about Periscope, I was thinking today, I was reflecting on live streaming. I've been live streaming really since 2015. I mean, on mobile, right? I mean, you know that I go back to live streaming all the way to 1996, or late part of 1995. Sorry, you know what's annoying? I always have a whisker. Grows in the crease hair of my mouth, and it bugs me. 103 with a heat index of 117. That's about 43 C, maybe? I don't know what 117 is. Gosh, I know 117, you're up in like, you want to do a science experiment and want to put something in a furnace. That's terrible. Hope you're getting plenty of liquids and taking an AC bath, because man, let me tell you, that is just, wow. Had tornadoes get close to you, holy cow, man, oh man. I'm loving this ultra low latency. See, I can't do that with Prism Live Studio, but with the Pocket 3, I can put it on ultra low latency, and we did a test last time. It was like 10 seconds. That's fantastic. Tornadoes get close. Did you get any footage? Holy smoke. Unfortunately, when I'm Pocket 3 live streaming, I can't, use line and get stuff like we did before, but it got me thinking. I've been live streaming with mobile since 2015, right? And you guys remember the quote-unquote day of scope end quote. That's kind of the beginning. I mean, when I really got into it, really got serious about it. And back in those days, you know, there was no introduction. You couldn't. Oh, I see. Okay. Did you? Oh, okay. So you mean the pictures that you have are ones you got from online, or it'd be really cool if the pictures that you took were used online by some news agency. That'd be cool. But what I was thinking was, yeah, I'm like, why do I like this Pocket 3 so much for live streaming? Well, first of all, it looks fantastic. Second of all, you know, it's kind of wonky, and it kind of is a little bit annoying. If I move a little bit, it moves too much. We need to ask DJI to put hysteresis in where there's a box about this big, or if I move within it doesn't do anything, but if I go over to the edge, then it'll start following. But it looks great. It's a small form factor, but there's something else about it, and I was thinking about that today, reflecting on that. Yeah, me too. I was watching Reed Tanner, and of course everybody likes Pecos Hank. Oh, he's great. Actually, I am a subscriber to CuriosityStream, and CuriosityStream had a film about Pecos Hank, and it was quite amazing. But Reed, about 2 weeks ago, there was a big outbreak. I think it was in April. Between April and now, I don't know. There's been a number of them. I'm not trying to keep track of them, but Reed sent up the Mavic. Holy smoke! I don't know if you saw that, Ken or Matthew, but that guy, he got probably some of the best drone shots of a tornado ever. And I got to tell you, you know, when you're getting 150,000, 200,000 views, it's worth it to sacrifice a drone, but he didn't. Yeah, more than usual, Philip says. He had more than the usual number of tornadoes. Wow, that's bad. I've only seen one actual tornado, but it was technically a water spout. It was in Grand Cayman Islands, and they said, and I was talking to one of the native Caymanians, and they said, "Oh, we see those every day. Don't worry about it." I was like, "Okay, wow." I was like, "That's pretty cool." And he's like, "Oh, come back tomorrow." I'm like, "Okay." I want to get started on this, so let me know. Do you want me to try lychee, apple, or white peach? Lychee, apple, or white peach? I'll crack it and we'll talk. Because was reflecting on this today. You know, since 2015, really. So this is 2014. It's been like, you know, almost a decade, right? And I think one of the reasons I like the Pocket 3 is that it's like going back to Periscope in a lot of respects, because we, you know, especially if I'm using, of course I don't see it on the screen, I'm looking down here. And right now I have my phone with the Skin Arma. Here's it has a kickstand on it so I can see it, but it's a MagSafe wireless battery charger, because my phone desperately needs a charge, or else I would put it in the holder that I showed you guys or alluded to that would be beside the Pocket 3, so I could just read them as I'm looking down here. But with the ultra low latency, it's very, very fast. Peach? Okay, we got to vote for peach. Sounds good. That's this one. That dog is annoying. That dog is such a wuss, and he barks at her, but you go over there and tell him to shut up, and he's... Anyway, this is raw. This is just me in the park, you know, and there's no introduction. I can't do an introduction like I can on Prism Live Studio with my mobile phone. If I want to show you guys something, you know, I have to print it out and hold it up. So, you know, I've been live streaming so long, I'm kind of somewhat bored with it a little bit, not because of you guys, just because I think I'm doing the same thing over and over, and I'm not that kind of a guy, and I didn't even like to do that for a job. That's why sometimes me being employed was a problem. If I would go in and be expected to do the same thing every day, I didn't want to do it. But what I'm saying is, Pocket 3, it's kind of returned to the raw aspects of live streaming, if you know what I'm saying. Peach sounds good? Okay. So this is the Lychee. I want to make sure I don't open the wrong one. Okay, here it is. And I'm going to hold the light up so you can see a little better. I'll tell you what, the humidity is like 95%. And this is what the peach looks like. Let me see if you can see that. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so the dew point is like 3 degrees below the actual temperature. So it's got to be like 94, 95. Like when I left the house, it was like, that was amazing. I've been hanging out with some Filipino friends tonight. Pretty cool. Oh, it smells good. Let me tell you, I can smell the skin. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Get a fresh peach. And nectarines aren't like that, because nectarines don't have the fuzz. But the peaches, especially if you either bite into it or you cut it and it opens up and then the aroma can come out, you smell that fuzzy skin. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know how they do that. That's the fuzzy skin. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's not clear. It's actually a little bit carbonated. Okay, thanks, Ken. And I'll look forward to hearing from you in the replay if you want to see it, but it's sparkling and it's not clear. It's actually white, like white peach. So it smells like the skin. Oh my word, that's absolutely delicious. Not too sweet, tastes like the juice. I wanted to get to that before you left, Ken. Tastes like the juice. I taste the skin. I know there's alcohol, I can't taste it. Not too sweet. Oh, this is phenomenal. There's a little bit of juice in it, and I see some stuff in it that kind of looks like pulp, but I'm not sure what it is. It might be. It doesn't say. That's the one thing, even in the States, I know there's been a motion or movement towards trying to get alcohol manufacturers to put all the ingredients on the label, because usually they're only required to say things, you know, like the alcohol percentage, but these don't say how much sugar. It's got to be a little bit. Now, I was gonna go on a fast this week. I decided not to. I wasn't feeling too good, and you know, you got to feel good when you do a fast. And for some reason, I don't know why, I wasn't eating high carbs. I just felt hungry this week. I'm going to go back on. I'm down to 114, which is one of the lowest weights I've been probably in 30 years. So it's my goal to get down to 100 by the middle of next month, and I know I can do it because I've got, you know, 6 or 8 weeks to do it. But here we go. This is really good. There's a thickness to it. I don't think it's like, could be some emulsifier, but it tastes like it has like blended fruit juice, you know, like blended fruit. Sorry for the Pocket 3 going crazy. I'm going to turn the face lock off. Now I want to leave this open, so I'll drink all. They're 3%. I'll drink all of these. So should I try the apple next or the lychee? I got to pour it in the same glass, but what do you guys think? Apple or lychee? Boy, that peach was so good. It was unbelievably good. Yeah. So and what it was is I got 3 different kinds. They're from 3 different companies, completely different. I just chose them on their. I chose them solely on the type. You know, on the. I chose them solely for the flavor. Lychee or apple. Now I have a pretty good idea what the apple tastes like. So I'm leaning towards the lychee. And I've had some lychee liquor before, hard liquor, that was really good. So I'm going to try this. I'll tell you what, before I do this, let me see if I can see. It's a little bit hard to see. I might need this light over here. It says lychee tea sour, but that's every lychee from Taiwan, everything is called tea, even if it's not tea. It's just kind of the way that they say the drink. It looks like it says, hard to say. Gosh, I really can't read that. Oh, the alcohol is 3%. Okay, and yeah, okay, but it's in Japanese. Anyway, alcohol is 3%. And as for the amount of fruit juice, your guess is good as mine. Let me see if I can figure out how much fruit juice is in this thing. Anyway, it's 350 milliliters. I can't really see it that clear. Sorry. Glad I took the face lock off. It would have gone nuts. All right, let's open this puppy. This is the lychee. And lychee has a hard skin. You have to peel it off. It's kind of leathery. And you peel it off, and it's kind of like the dragon eye. But oh my word, that smells just like lychee. Oh, and I like lychee. It's got a nice clean aroma to it. It's a white flesh, and it's got a big seed, a big pit in the center. So here it is. Again, it's carbonated. It's a little more clear than the peach. And here we go. In English, we spell it Lychee. It's a fruit that grows in Asia, and I've seen it, in other countries. I've seen it, of course, in Thailand. And, I'm not sure where else I've seen it, but I mean, it's in Indonesia, and I was in Bali. I probably had it, just don't remember. Bali has amazing fruits like sarak, snakeskin fruit, stuff I never saw before. But it's actually a pretty, as fruits go, it's not bad for you. It doesn't have a high sugar content. And as far as I know, it's got a lot of antioxidants. But this is delicious. It's not sweet at all. Lychee is one of those fruits that when you start eating it, you just don't want to stop, It's very satisfying. But it's got kind of leathery skin. It's bumpy and red. And you sort of have to pinch it and give it a pull, and it splits the skin, and then you can pop it open, and then the white, fleshy fruit comes out. But you can't just bite into it because it's got a big monster pit. And it's amazing how big the seed is, for the size of the fruit. Of course, it's not like an orange where the seeds are small, but there's a million of them. They just have like one big one. Same with the sarak, the snakeskin fruit. It had had a big seed in it. I really regret. It's a type of cactus, actually. You can import seeds. A lot of times you can't import. This is weird. You can't import the plant, but you can import the seed. I should have, because I ate so much of it in Bali. It was absolutely delicious. I'd go to the store and just see it and just buy a big, bunch of it. It's called snakeskin fruit, or salak, in Indonesian. And it always helps to learn what the stuff's called in the local language when you're traveling. But I should have taken the seeds back to Taiwan and planted them behind my house, because they probably would have grown. My daughter loved it. Now I'm going to do something kind of crazy. And those of you who have been watching my shows for years know exactly what I'm going to do. I am a flavor junkie, and I'm all about mixing things and making flavors and different experiences. And this is the white peach, and I saved some because we're going to do something else later. This is the white peach and the lychee together. Matthew, you probably can find lychee because, when I was in the States last, they had it. And, over the years, these things are getting, beauty. Yeah, we're on the same page. You know me, bro. You know me better than I do. So you can probably find it. And I'm sure you can find them canned. You find them canned and they've got the seed removed, but you got to be careful. Like, You know what I'm talking about? They have, it'd be like lychee in syrup. You don't want the syrup, but they're still pretty good. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. That is a beautiful aroma, and it's not peach. That tastes like some kind of fruit punch, like I've never had. But I feel like I've finally lived. What I'm going to do is I'm sitting here. I didn't take my evening dose of medication. And for those of you who are wondering, it is arrhythmia medication. And even though I have largely solved my arrhythmia problem, thank goodness, I still need to take medication, because if I don't, I have, you know, drop beats and stuff. It's just, this just kind of makes it all overall better. And there's nothing wrong with me taking it with this stuff. Boy, what a way to take medicine, huh? And I log my medications on my Apple Watch. Now I got one more left. We've got the apple, and this is probably going to be very authentic. And everybody does apple juice and apple cider. This won't be a cider though. This will be a juice with alcohol, and it. Oh my goodness! You know, this is not sweet at all. And it almost smells like there's an apple that's not green, but it's tart, like a green apple, but it's not green. And Japanese are huge apple fans, Apple computers too. But the fruit, because Japan is quite a bit further north than here, and a lot of apples grow in Japan, and we have Japanese apples, and some of them are like this big. You can buy like a little crate, you know, like an egg crate, but like with 6 Japanese apples, and they're like, you know, $15 each, and they got the foam around them and stuff. And they're unbelievable. We have all kinds of apples here from Japan, so they're big. But here we go. And I know I got the other stuff mixed in it, but this isn't supposed to be scientific. I can smell, again, I don't know how they do it. I can smell the peel. It's like I slice the apple open and I'm taking a whiff of it. They missed it. Unfortunately, they missed the mark. And I'm going to dump this out because I'm getting a signal in my taste buds that tells me that has artificial sweetener in it. And you guys know I'm probably the most sensitive person on the planet to artificial sweeteners. Oh yeah, that metallic kind of aftertaste. If you drink like Coke Zero or something with anything with aspartame or NutraSweet in it, you know what I'm talking about? I got that big time out of that. It's too bad. I said they missed the mark. It tasted very artificial. It's because of that. It smelled amazing. If they didn't put that bull crap in there, it probably would have been okay. So let's go back. I'm going to clean my palate with the lychee. And I already tried the combination. The combination is good, but I want to respect the individual craftsmanship. So I'm just going to go back to drinking these straight up as they are. So, all right, so now I want to ask you guys some questions. And I want to talk about Rob Kilo who joined us on the last live stream. And yes, that's exactly what would happen to me, except it wouldn't even be. You get them too, right, Matthew? If you drink artificial sweeteners, you drink like aspartame or NutraSweet, it bothers you too, right? What would happen is it's midnight 35 here. Let's say I live stream until 1 or something, you know. I would go home, take a shower, go to bed, and about 4 or 4:30 a.m. is when I would wake up with a screaming headache. It's terrible. Anyway, Rob Kilo, you guys remember, he joined me in the last stream. We had a little bit of a laugh about some of the terminology he was using. He said that he was watching my videos and he got engaged. And I said, oh, wow, amazing. I had a hand in getting engaged. No, what he meant was he got engaged with my content. I'm like, oh, gosh, what a thing to misconstrue. Yeah, talk about thinking more about yourself than's necessary. Okay, guilty. But we've had some correspondence since then, and he's written me emails. A very interesting man, and we have a lot of interests in common, and one of them is mapping and maps. And I talked about the fact that, and this is what I want to talk to you guys about, because you know I'm primarily a live streamer, but I'm interested in, I've got this Pocket 3, I got these mics, I got all this gear. I've had enough gear to do this, and I'm developing the editing skills. I've completely switched over to DaVinci Resolve now, and I'm getting the editing keyboard. But what I'm getting around I'm beating around the bush to try to tell you guys that I want to get into some more non-live content, some edited, you know, video content. And I want to talk to you about some of the things that I'm discussing with Rob. We may do this together. Who knows? I got to ask him if he's willing to, you know, be in a video. I don't know. Maybe I can do a video on his channel. I don't care about that. What I care about is doing the content. I don't care who gets, you know, the credit for it or whatever. But over here, not too far away, is a fault line. Now, Taiwan has a website that publishes all the fault lines in the entire country, active and inactive. Fortunately, this one at the end of my town is inactive. But that doesn't mean that it never has moved. I did a preliminary armchair survey. Everything I could possibly do to find out everything about this fault line while sitting on my butt in a chair. Basically Google Maps. And I went down the different streets where the fault line was, and I saw some surface checking on the road that was in the same general direction as the radial. And so what I need to do, I was planning on just taking my bike. I've asked Rob, you know, by email, suggested to him actually that maybe we could do that together. But at any rate, I want to go over there and I want to walk around and see if I can find cracks in buildings or other infrastructure that might indicate where that fault line is and do kind of a study on it. So I have a background in GIS and mapping and GPS, and I also have a background in documentation. And I don't know if you guys saw my, you know, tofu rocks video. It was kind of just a small little idea about the kind of stuff that I do. You know, I showed it on the map and flew out to with the drone, and I have the drone. I have actually have both drones, and so we might be able to uncover some actual tangible evidence of where the fault line is. So I know there aren't many people that watch me live. The vast majority of my views are replays. So those of you who are watching the replay, please let me know in the comments. Just be specific if you would, if you think this kind of content would be interesting, because Taiwan has a lot of interesting things, like that abandoned farmhouse over there. I swore I was going to go back and photograph that. I never did. I got sick, and you know the story about that. I'm not going to use that as an excuse anymore. But that's why I didn't do it. But Rob told me, see, this place used to be a Japanese prefecture. And the Japanese built a railroad, and then they ended up moving part of the line because of the grade. And Rob says that there are abutments and, well, it's called a, okay, thank you, Matthew. It's called a railroad, right? And you call that a roadway. And like where the tracks go, you call that a road. It just has rails on it. So the road is, part of the road is still there. The grade, it's been graded, you know, and just the rails and the ties are not there. But I would definitely, I mean, the way he's talking, it's probably a number of kilometers. So I sent him a message back and kind of joking, but I said, hey, sounds like a hiking slash camping trip. So, hey, I'm willing to spend, you know, 3 or 4 days in the bush with my backpack and mosquito net tent. And actually, I've been wanting to buy a camping hammock anyway, so maybe I'll do that. But yeah, if I could hike that over a couple of days with him, document all that stuff, I think it would make an amazing video. And the cool part about it is, after one email exchange, I recognize that this is a very intelligent, capable man, and he might actually take point on this, and I would just kind of be like along for the ride, and maybe the comic relief here, because yeah, he sounds like he knows what he's doing. So hey, Rob, you're listening to this, man. I hope your ears are burning, but yeah, let's do something. And I'll wear a different hat, don't worry. But yeah, I would really like to at least drive around, you know, scout it out, maybe send the drone up, get some overall pictures, and then maybe kind of map out a plan and see if we could hike that and document it. Of course, those things are also valuable just to Taiwan for history, because a lot of that was lost, you know. There's an app that we have in Taiwan, and this app is absolutely amazing because it's called like the Taiwan 100-year history. And if you press this button, I'm just going to show this. See, let me see. That is all the maps that you can get of Taiwan, okay? Historical maps. Like the most recent one is 2003, but it goes back to 1904. So like in my neighborhood, if I want to see what it looked like in 1945, 1956, 1989, 1990, whatever, 1903, whatever, you know, I can just click on any one of these maps and it shows me. So it's possible to go back in time just with the apps that we have here. And because you don't have to go all the way back. Well, here's the thing. The Japanese acquired Taiwan in 1895, and those maps go back to like 1904. Well, that's Japanese era, not too long after. But the Japanese left, and they surrendered the island to the nationalists in 1945, but they didn't leave, all of them, until 1946. And so, yeah, 1946, 1956 is when I was born. That's 10 years later. 10 years is nothing. I mean, you got like, you know, an abutment or bridges or a roadway, that's still going to be there in 10 years. That's not going to, you know, so some of these maps are going to show this information. And being in the field, we should be able to, you know, use a GPS. And I've got 2 different GPSs. Of course, all our phones have Glassnose and Galileo and GPS and just, I mean, it's amazing what you do with a phone. So yeah, with some planning, you know, good planning and good documentation and a good old-fashioned sighting compass, and you compensate, you know, for the offset. That is, you know, magnetic north versus geographic north, geo north. Should be able to like find this railway and walk it and document it. There may be, who knows? I mean, trains leave a lot of evidence behind, you know. And even if you move the rails, here's the thing. You've got the rails themselves are valuable. Railroad spikes. You've got the clips that go in and the ties and everything, but not every single thing gets pulled up. You're pulling spikes out. Yeah, you want to save them, but hey, a couple times you're forget it. It's just, I'm not, my back hurts. I'm not bending over picking that up. You're going to find stuff. So all we got to do is find a couple things. What would be really cool, I've been wanting to invest in a super high-tech metal detector, and I found a couple. One is from Germany, and it's off the charts, but it's like buying a 1959 Les Paul. It's a lot of money, but holy cow, if you're doing research and stuff, if you know where things are to be found, you know, you can make it pay off. But yeah, I got gold pans, and I have, in 20 years, I've had opportunity. I never did it. I never gold panned in Taiwan, but there's a river over here, and I keep looking at the river, and the way that river bends and it slows down, I always tell my wife, I drive over this bridge, I'm like, I know there's gold over there, man. I got to take my gold pans out there, and I just got to take my shoes and socks off and roll my pants off. I just got to, and I've got, you know, a sifter and everything. It's a 3-pan system. I just got to take a load of dirt out of that thing and spend 30 minutes. You spend 30 minutes, you can tell what's going on. You don't even need that long. But having a metal detector along that roadway would be very interesting, because it may help you to locate some artifacts, and that would be really cool. But I'm gonna have to wait probably until after July, because my family and I are going to take a trip, and I haven't really officially announced it yet. Hey, boy. Oh, it's too bad. It's a cute dog. He was walking around here sniffing around, and I whistled at him, and he got really scared, like he was been abused or something. Anyway, so at least I know I don't have to worry about him. What's up, boy? Hey, boy. All right, never mind. So yeah, that'd be cool. I used to go metal detecting back in the States, but I didn't have much time to do it. But I did buy, you know, kind of a medium grade metal detector, right? So I would go to the beach and other places, but I remember one time there was, New England has a lot of colonial areas, and I found some genuine colonial nails. Now, I had been to the Jamestown reenactment, the settlement reenactment, Jamestown, Virginia, and saw some guys making colonial style nails there, where they would just heat up a piece of iron and they put it into like a mold and they slammed it down, and what it bottomed out, so the bottom of the mold, you know, the iron would be pointed, and the top it would just form a head, right? And the head wouldn't be perfectly round. It wouldn't matter. You'd just hit it with a hammer. And I found some actual colonial nails. I was digging around, and I, you know, I got a target and dug it up, and I found about I don't know, as I recall, probably about 50, 60 nails, kind of in a group. And I used to give them away, people, as gifts. And it's a real thing. But somebody asked me one time, because I always wanted to know. It's just like you know, with my record, you know, business and career. Oh, ever work with anybody famous? You know, oh, Grammy Awards, all this stuff, right? Yeah, they always want to know. What's the most valuable thing you ever found? Found a set of car keys. Vroom, vroom. Yeah. Never know what you're going to find. But you know, it's like fishing. I was standing on a bridge fishing one day. A guy walked over to me. New England. Hey, what are you fishing for? That means for, by the way. What are you fishing for? What do you think I said? I'm fishing for fun. Why else would I do it? So when you're fishing for fun, you don't care if you get anything or not. You're just there to have fun. There to relax. And when my dad was suffering from dementia and was not too far from the end, we would take him on a lake in a boat. He was an avid fisherman, avid swimmer. This guy, my dad, swam the Weeki Wachee River for vacation in Florida. This guy's hardcore. He would swim 2 miles out in the Gulf of Mexico and just along the coast several miles and then swim back and then swim in. Like, this is a Honeywell engineer, okay? But we would just give Dad a fishing pole with a sinker. No hook, no bait. Because we're on the boat with other people and, you know, he might have had an accident. But we would just give it to him and he'd unlock the bail and cast it, throw it in there. And he didn't care if he caught anything or not because it was for fun. And that's how you gotta approach all these things. And I think that's how you have to approach pretty much most things. So like, with the fishing, you know, the metal detecting. Hey, what are you trying to find? Trying to find some peace and quiet. Trying to find some tranquility. Trying to find some, you know, something I enjoy doing. Having fun. Yeah, so. But you guys may remember when I scoped the, gosh, I can't think of the name of the bridge. I can't think of the name of it, but the broken bridge in Miaoli. Guys, remember that? I should probably do that again on YouTube. However, they now have like a recreational train just beside that, and it goes through the tunnel, through a tunnel, actually. I don't know. Back when I was doing the Hey Go tours, I went back and I did that bridge. It's really awesome. And I took people into the woods far beyond where I normally would have gone. Because beyond the main part of the bridge, there are four main columns that are standing that were originally arches, and the arches fell and it left these four columns standing. But if you walk in the same direction, like where the rails were headed, there's a couple other columns down there, and they're abutments. And I found those on Hey Go and was going crazy and walking around, and I forget exactly what I did, but it was really quite something. So maybe I should do that on YouTube again, like for a live stream. But I'm thinking it might be better as an edited video, because the one thing that you're limited to with live streaming is what you can do in the moment. And you guys, I mean, you could sit here and look at my back while I'm setting up my drone and look at my butt while I bend over and turn it on and all this other stuff that just has nothing to do with anything. and I send up the drone and go, oh wow, this is cool, look at this is cool, and you can't see it. But with, you know, an edited video recorded, I could go through with a Pocket 3 and narrate stuff or not. And the cool part about it is, right, just turn the narration off if it doesn't work. Talk too much, just turn it off. And show all these things, and then, you know, fly the drone and show that too. That'd be cool. And I did in the original Periscope one that I did with the broken bridge. Actually, that pictures of that broken bridge were in my original Taiwan Live TV opener that I used to do. I should make another opener for the Real Taiwan, kind of similar to that. In my, see, I'm doing all these videos, I'm editing them in my studio, which is why I'm using the Phoenix Media Forge header, you know. So it's Taiwan Live TV brought to you by Phoenix Media Forge, because I'm trying to, you know, keep the company, the company of, you know, Phoenix Media Forge in the mix. But, and believe me, I'm using a lot of Phoenix Media Forge hardware and software to make this happen. But yeah, now I'm thinking I should probably go do that bridge in the next couple of weeks. And the rain is gonna stick around for a couple of weeks, but not too much longer. We're in the rainy season now. That would make a pretty good edited, recorded video. Now the other thing I could do is just film it with the Pocket 3 and only do studio narration, except where there may be an occasion for me to point something out and I could use my tripod and microphone and say, look at this, blah, blah, blah. But most of it can just be, in studio narration. So, yeah, let me think about that. Now it's good that we have these little talks. Basically what I'm doing is just talking out loud. I haven't been back to that in a long time, and I don't think I ever showed it. No, I didn't. I never showed that on YouTube. And that is an amazing thing. That is an absolutely amazing sight that needs to be seen by more people. And the thing is with my videos, I don't try to be Wikipedia. I'm not going to bore you with a 15-minute history lesson, maybe 30 seconds. But what I try to do is just give people something to think about. So if they want to look at it themselves, they can. Because what I do is I do study projects. I'll get an idea about something, and then I'll write on my e-ink tablet some basic parameters, and then I'll go to work and go about methodically studying it until I understand it completely. So now before I go, because I probably should, it's getting kind of late. We've been on for 49 minutes. A couple of things. A lot of stuff going on lately with COVID-19 and artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence now is at the point where, see, let me back up. In a modern society, we shifted from an agricultural society away from that. We shifted into manufacturing, but nowadays, the vast majority of people make money in non-tangible ways. They sit in an office and they manage information. So, In every single instance where a human being does those kinds of a job, AI is better. So AI is better at everything humans do of value, except in the physical realm. AI can't make this cup yet, because they can't directly interface with the machine that molds this. So my advice is, be very good at what you do and offer people tangible services. Because yeah, AI can replace you at the office, but if you need a plumber, ChatGPT can't help you. The second thing is, there has been a lot of talk about a laboratory that had leaked something, and whether or not this actually was true or not, or the stuff that supposedly leaked out was actually from nature. So let me tell you why that matters. If it's from nature, then it's okay. Because that means that if it's in nature, it's going to evolve in a predictable way. And that's cool. Predictability is good. We want to be able to predict things. And if it's predictable, then we kind of understand what's going to happen. But if it actually was like a leak, then it means it's not predictable. And we don't know what's going to happen. But that's not even the bad part. Because the thing that was created to plug the leak, if there was a leak, or even if it was occurring in nature, the thing that was created that everybody had to add to their biological distinctiveness. If the basis for that was natural, that's fine, because then we can predict what happens. But if that was based on a leak, then we have no idea what's going to happen. And that's about it, all I can say about it. And that speaks more about the society that we live in and the age that we live in, where we are at the end of the first quarter of the 21st century, and I have to be careful about what I say. And what I have to say isn't even profane, obscene, or threatening, in any way, except maybe financially for someone else, but not for me. It's amazing, isn't it? I find it amazing that we are so far along in history and we're still hashing the same stuff over and over. Why are we talking about all these things? Anyway, I don't want to get in trouble. I'm going to go. I'm going to leave. So thank you so much for joining, everyone. And we will see you next time on The Real Taiwan. I'm MJ Klein from Taiwan, one of the safest places in the world, regardless of what you have been told. Thank you so much for joining. And I'm going to end this live stream right?